Hey fish people, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to look at an interesting snail as far as looks go, the Malaysian trumpet snail. Now the Malaysian trumpet snail is a wonderful scavenger for most people's tanks, though some people do consider them a bit of a pest because if there is ample food in the tank, they will reproduce like crazy and you'll end up with your whole glass being covered in snails. Now they do, however, make a wonderful addition to anyone's cleanup crew in your tank with cleaning up any leftover food or decaying plants or any other waste that's going to be in that tank. They're going to be mostly found in freshwater environments, though on occasion they have also been found in blackish water as well. Another cool thing to note about these is they'll actually dig in and burrow into your substrate, which in itself is going to help keep your substrate clean. What that's going to do is going to aerate your soil or whatever substrate you're using, and it's not going to allow for any gases to build up in there. So it's like aerating your lawn when you go to plant passage. You poke little holes in your substrate the whole time. It's going to alleviate any buildup of gases or other bad things down there. So they do have many positives to keeping them in your tank. As far as the tank goes, you can keep them in something as small as a 5-gallon for a group of these. If you just want to have a 5-gallon with some snails in them, I'd say go with trumpet snails because they got a really cool look to them. As far as temperature-wise goes, 65 to 86 for a temp range, 78-ish being ideal, and then a pH range of 6.5 to about 8. Again, a good range for that would be about 7, good as neutral as you can get it. And you're going to want your water hardness to be between a 6 and a 15. They're, of course, good to go with other animals, other snails, various shrimp, Corydoras, small tetras, Resboras, Danios. You're just not going to want anything that's going to peck at these. They're also not a good one for your puffers because the shells are more pointy and slightly harder. They can actually end up hurting your puffer, so I'd avoid these. The biggest thing with these is if you overfeed your tank, you're going to have an explosion of trumpet snails. A female can give birth to upwards of 70 snails in one go. Yes, you heard me right. 70 snails from one spawn. So just make sure you're not overfeeding your tank. If you notice an explosion of these snails, you may not think you're overfeeding, but you are overfeeding your tank. And a lot of us are guilty of that. It's nothing to feel bad about. Just dial back on your food and this usually corrects itself because the snails aren't going to produce more than the tank can feed them. Overall, I think these are a cool addition to anyone's tanks, especially if you're having trouble keeping your substrate clean. You don't want to go through all the rigor or more of doing the maintenance. You can definitely add these guys in, and they're going to do a great job of help cleaning your substrate. They also help keep it clear of that gas buildup when they do burrow down in there. Again, you just got to make sure they don't overrun your tank, which is easy enough to by dialing back, or you can pull them. So as always, thank you all so much for the support on the videos. I will link another snail care guide at the end screen if you're interested in another one. And of course, we'll always let YouTube pick that random video for you that you think it will like. If you did enjoy the video, remember to hit the thumbs up button and leave me a comment down below. Let me know your opinion on the Malaysian trumpet snail. Is it a friend? Is it a pest? Is it your arch nemesis in the hobby?